subscribers and friends. Welcome to another live streaming hanging with Bat. Man, it's a hot one today. My wife's playing with the dog Jerry Lee. So let's get this on. Let's get it on. Let's talk about my week today. Man, it's been a hot week. Let's get this live stream going here. Mute that really quick. Woo! Radio said it is 106 degrees heat outside today. And I don't doubt it. Today I spent the day working on my son's Jeep. Hey, this camera phone thing, it doesn't stay still, man. So I said I'd do another live stream today, so I'm doing the live stream. Even though I'm very, very tired. I've been outside working on my son's Jeep Liberty for the last 5 hours. Working on his power windows. He didn't have any working. He had the driver's window that he bought a new motor for, but it's an aftermarket, cheap Chinese garbage stuff, and it wouldn't go down anymore. So I took everything apart today, and I got 3 out of the 4 windows working, and his AC working, and it took me 5 hours to do it. I tried to live stream it on Instagram, and it just didn't turn out very good. I was dropping the camera. I don't know how people on YouTube do these fix-it videos where they fix people's things and they film it. Don't know. It's tough, man. So let's talk about YouTube. It's getting too hot to go on long hikes anymore. Say hello, everybody. What's up, blue sky? Long time no see. Man, I'm sweating like crazy right now. We got all our ACs on today, 106 degrees. I'm more tired now than I've ever been hiking on any long distance hike. My back is killing me today. But like I said, I got 3 of his windows working. Let me see here. Let me go to my other channel. Somebody just asked me, is there any updates on the money pit, which I call my son's Jeep. Right here, the money pit. And nah, it's still got a check in. It's funny because I was working on it all day, and the check engine light went out. And then my son got in it and said, "Dad, the check engine light's back on." He actually went to White Mountains and took my car. For a week I had his car. I was driving his car around. And the check engine light went out. As soon as I got in, the check engine light went out. But what I noticed was the car remote wouldn't work. 113 in Phoenix. Holy crap. Yeah, I know Phoenix is a lot hotter than Tucson. That's why I don't like living in Phoenix. The heat usually doesn't bother me, but I went out hiking yesterday for an hour and a half, and I didn't do a long hike. When it gets this hot of weather, I like to keep my hikes minimum an hour, maximum hour and a half, and then I'm done. But the week before, I was out hiking with a guy from the UK. He just moved to Tucson. Well, he's actually in the process of moving. And him and I spent 5 hours out in the desert. We hiked like 6 miles. I mean, we were hiking some crazy terrains, climbing these huge cliffs and mountains and stuff. And it's just getting hot, man. It's getting crazy hot to where I got to cut these hikes down to a minimum of an hour and a half. But yeah, it's blistering heat. Talk about there's a hike I want to do. This is what I do. I talked about this last week. When I want to go on hikes, I just go on Google Earth and I explore the surroundings of Google Earth and places I want to go. But let me finish talking about my son's Jeep. Anyways, the driver's door would not go down, even though it's a brand new motor. He got off of China eBay. I got that motor to work where it would go down halfway and go back up. I took it all apart and I lubed it, greased it and everything. The gears broke, so it would only go down halfway. He's got to have a new motor. So I had this bright idea that I would take the motor off the passenger side, because he said it was going down, but it's going down so slow and then it would get stuck. So I said, I got to check that out anyways, but you know, if I can't get this passenger to work, I'll take the motor off and put it on the motor on this side, and it's completely different motors, so I couldn't do that. I had to scratch that idea. But since I had to take the passenger all apart, the door all apart, I cleaned it all up, you know, got some wet wipes and cleaned up all the grit and the grime and re-greased and re-lubed everything, put it all back together, and I cleaned the window channels, the channels that go around the door where the window actually slides in, the little rubber part. Cleaned that out really good with wet wipes, and then got some silicone spray and sprayed it on a rag, and then just ran it through the inside of the window channel where the window slides up in, the rubber part in people's cars. When you live in Arizona, it gets all dusty. You see his car's all dusty. That stuff gets dusty too. What it does is that it builds up after a while, and then it slows your window down. Your windows start getting stuck, or they're going when they're going up, because you got to clean those window channels out. So I did that, cleaned it really good now, and lubed it. Now this passenger window goes up and down like a brand new motor. And I took the rear driver's side, and I forgot that we took that one out because that motor completely broke, and I just have a piece of wood holding the window up so I can keep the window up. So that was a waste of time taking that door panel off. Then I took the right rear door panel off. He said it's never worked. So after taking that off and checking it out, somebody had been in there before, and there's a little pin that connects from the wiring harness to the window motor. It wasn't connected. Somebody, I guess when they took it apart before, they broke the clip that keeps the motor connected. But it has two clips. The main clip was broken, but there's a safety clip on the side that you snap it in, and that will keep the pin from unpinning. So I put that in, but first I took everything out, greased it, and cleaned all the window channels and dirt and everything, put it back together, and that actual right rear passenger door actually works like a brand new motor now. That goes up so fast. He's happy about that. So I got all those three doors done, and I got back to this door, and I took it completely apart and realized that the plastic gear inside the motor is broken in half, so it only goes down halfway and it goes up halfway. So you know, I did the same thing, cleaned the channels, greased, lubed everything, put it back together. Now he's got 3 working windows, but you know, even though the driver's door only goes down halfway, that's good enough for him until he can buy another motor. But what happened, he had bought an aftermarket motor, and it's not right. I had to rig up some screws, self-tapping screws, and screw it into the bottom of the metal of the window and everything. And I got the windows working, and then the AC unit, because he took it off-roading, and where he goes it's like powdered dirt, and it's so dusty. I got my leaf blower, and I blew out his whole engine bay. I blew off the alternator. All this dirt was coming out of the alternator and stuff, and I told him, when you go off-roading like this, that you'll have to clean your motor out, man. Take it to a car wash and spray it, or do something, blow it out with the leaf blower or something, because those electronics get dirty and they don't make a good connection. And his AC would like kick on and off. Sometimes it blow cold and sometimes it doesn't. And about 5 months ago, we replaced the high pressure switch, which was on this side, because the compressor wasn't kicking on at all. So I took that off, blew it out with a leaf blower, got that working really good, put it back together. Now AC is ice cold now. So that's what I did today. 5 hours of that today. And then I had to do some Mr. Mom stuff at home, laundry. I had to scrub some hallway carpets with the brush and stuff, get that all cleaned up. It's so hot out there that you just throw your soaking wet carpet. What do you call those? Throw rugs? Asking my wife. Those rugs, what do you call them? Throw rugs? Yeah, throw rugs. Throw rugs. You know, you just soak them down, scrub them with the little scrub brush, and spray them, rinse them, and then just leave them hanging out. And the sun is so hot, it just dries them really quick. So that's what was on the agenda today. So I get everybody ask me all the time, what do you do when you're not hiking? So that's what I did today. I didn't hike today. So, you know, taking care of the dog and the rabbit, the bunny. He's over there. Check him out. He's like, looks like he had a hard day. He's been in an AC all day. It's a good thing I have a carport that I can stay underneath the carport and I don't get sunburned, because, man, I can still feel the heat though, even though I'm in that shade. Crazy hot. Jerry's looking at me because he's getting ready to eat his dinner, and he won't eat unless I say something to him. Come on, give me the rabbit. Give me the rabbit, Mama. Get it. Xavier. He has to fight for his food or he won't eat. My wife hand feeds him. He's so freaking spoiled. He will not. You put the bowl down, his food on the ground, he will not eat it. So she hand feeds him, and now he won't eat unless he's hand fed. And I won't hand feed him. If my wife has to go anywhere, he starves. He doesn't eat because I won't sit there and hand feed him. And even right now, she's like, "Uh-oh," because that's the sign she gives me to tell me that he's not eating his food, because he looks at me before he eats, and then I have to go walk over there and then stand next to him and then just watch him eat, or he won't eat. I don't know why he's like that. I don't know why he's like that. Pain in the butt. Any of my other brothers and sisters' dogs, you put a bowl down, they run to it and they just wolf it down so quick. So that's what I did today. The money pit, that's the update on the money pit. I have people asking me in my other channel, my I Seek Out the Trails channel, this channel where I got these videos. They were asking a couple people asked me, what's the update on this money pit? I just told my son, just, you know, drive it, because even though the check engine light is on, the car still runs really, really good. Like today, I had it over here in the carport, and I moved it and I parked it right here where it's set now. And I noticed that the remote isn't working again. So when he was in White Mountains and I had his car for a week, the check engine light went off, but the remote didn't work. I'm thinking it has something to do with the car alarm or something, why this check engine light keeps coming on, because everything to make that check engine light come on has already been replaced with new parts. Because it says random misfire, but everything that would cause a misfire is new. New coil packs, new spark plugs, new injectors, new oxygen sensors. This car's got 4 oxygen sensors on it, and all 4 are replaced. New battery, new alternator, new radiator cap, new gas cap, new relays. Everything is new on this thing already, so it's confusing why it keeps throwing a check engine light, random misfires. And it's weird that because the remotes doesn't work. It isn't working today. When I parked it like right here where it is right now, it's not working anymore. And I don't know. Every time I drive it, the check engine light goes out. Every time my son drives it, the check engine light comes on. Hey, get that dog to eat over there. He's eating? No, he'll do it for my son too. So that's what's happening on today. It's going live. Okay. So now I'm gonna do some research. This is what I do. The guy that I hike with, he's from the UK. Yeah, he's coming back to Tucson. He's been gone for a couple weeks, and I found a new area because I like to go hiking out and find ruins, old ruins. Well, that's way too far where I'm looking. And I found these. I've known about these ruins for a couple of years, but I just was looking at them again last night. But they're over in this area here. So this is what, because I don't watch TV. I don't watch television. There's some ruins. Here's where you park, where this little figure guy is right here. That's where you park right there. And then you take the trail this way. This is a probably 4-mile hike one way. And it's going to go this way up here. And there's like an old road. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. There's an old like road right here, and I was researching this a couple years ago, and I saw this old road, and I'm like, wow, where does that old road go? So I started following it like I'm doing right now, and I noticed some ruins over here, right there. See that big old giant freaking rock ruins there. And it won't let me zoom in any further. So let me put a 3D spin around. There's like a huge hole. There's a huge hole there, a hole there. And those are probably mines. And I noticed I scrolled over here. There's a huge mine right here. Now, the reason I know about this is because somebody told me that there's a Crestedsaguaros somewhere right here on this side over here. But I've never been out there because it's a small crest. But then when I was researching a couple years ago, I noticed that ruins and then this mine right here. And then I started looking around and I found up on this peak here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if those are rock ruins or those are mines. But this is what I do. This is what I research. And then I hike out there to see what it is. So I tried to do a guesstimate like this. These might be mines. And the reason why I say these are mines, because you can see all this, I think that's what they call tillings. This is a discoloration right here. But I don't see any discolorations up here, and there's like circle, 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 circle right up there. So I don't know what that is. But I could spin this around. That's a pretty steep hill too. Zoom out.
Answering any questions?
No, not even reading it. My wife's yelling at me. she always yells at me. You never read the comments. Yeah, because you know I'm doing the research. People ask me what do I do when I'm not hiking and where I'm going to hike next. And you know, I'm not saying I'm going to go hike here next. I'm just saying this is on the list of places to go. Maybe when it gets a little bit cooler. I'm so ready for fall. I am done with this summer heat. This is crazy. I think there's another mine up here somewhere. Where's those ruins? I lost those ruins. Now this looks big on Google Earth, so just imagine, right there they are, right here, how big it is when you get there in person. Yeah, there's definitely a hole, big hole right there, or maybe it's a rock. Because when I went this last weekend, I went up on another peak in South Tucson area, and I saw a bunch of circles like this on the top of this peak, and this was a crazy steep hike, and I went up there, and it wasn't holes, it was giant rock formations or ruins or whatever you want to call them. What did I ask you yesterday, babe? What did I call them? Foundation structures, ruins. What did I call it? I think I called them ruins. But rock ruins. But this is definitely a mine. You can tell because all the discoloration here. My wife asked me, anybody asking questions? Anybody got any questions? Anybody? I'm looking at the comment section right now. Anybody want to ask about any videos I've uploaded or something I put on Instagram, or any questions about my YouTube? Anybody got any questions? Anyone? Ferris? Bueller? Because I said I would do another live stream today, even though I'm really, really tired. And let me just jump on there really quick before I eat dinner and stuff like that. I don't know. I already took a shower. Usually when I take a shower, I come in, I eat dinner, but it's too early. It's only 4 o'clock. My wife feeded me earlier. I'm gonna get up one morning. What are you gonna want for dinner? And it's gonna be breakfast, even though I don't eat breakfast. Oh, that reminds me. My wife woke me up. What day was that? Friday? I don't crawl out of bed till 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. I don't wake up with the alarm clock. Thursday. So Thursday morning, my wife's banging on the door, right? And I come down and I open the door. I'm like, what? And she's like so hysterical. Come on, hurry up, quick! It's gonna get away. Hurry up! And I just woke up. It's 5:30 in the morning. You know, I don't get up until 7 a.m. And she's just hysterical, man. Hurry up, catch it! It's gonna get away. Hurry! It's in my garden. Hurry! And I want to put clothes on. She's like, no, now it's gonna get away. So I go outside. I'm in my underwear outside, walking around. No clue what she's talking about, what she's hysterical about. And finally she's like, right there's a snake right there. And I look at her, I'm like, what? What kind of snake? Small, big, what? I don't know, it's over there, go get there. And she's freaking out. she's freaking out because she doesn't know how the snake got in her garden. You know, the garden's an enclosed section of our gazebo. I built her a gazebo, enclosed the gazebo, and she's got her huge 12 by 12 foot gazebo, and then she's got her garden. It's probably 4 foot by 8 foot in length, 4 foot wide, and that's completely enclosed. So she's freaking out because she doesn't know how to snake it in. I have no idea. I'm asking her, is it rattling? Is it arousing? She said, I don't know. And she's telling me it's striped and it's gray and black and white. And I'm like, I'm colorblind, and she's telling me the colors. I have no idea. I've never heard of a snake gray, black, and white in Arizona. So, you know, I'm groggy-eyed, barefooted, in my underwear, holding a rake in my hand, trying to find a snake. I have no idea where the snake is. I have no idea what color snake, what it looks like, or anything. And then I see it behind one of her pots, her potted plants, and it's probably, I say it's like 3 feet, but she says it's bigger than that. And I got this little hand rake.
12 inches.
12 inches. Oh well, I said 12 inches. She said it's bigger than that. So I got this little hand rake that we use to pick up Jerry's potty. You know, you got a little scoop and a little rake. And I'm trying to corner and pin this snake in the corner so I could pick it up. And I have no idea what kind of snake it is. I've never seen any kind of snake like that before. But it was striped for sure. It had black stripes, white stripes. And she said gray stripes. And I think it's a hog-nosed king snake or something. I don't know. I tried to look it up on images and Google and stuff like that. Every one that I said, oh, is this looks like the snake. She's like, no, that's not it. That's the wrong color. And I'm like, I don't know. But it's gone. I caught it and I threw it over the wall. I didn't kill it because, one, it's not a poisonous snake, because the shape of a head of a snake that's poisonous is more like an arrowhead. You can see the glands up on the behind by where the ears should go, and this was like a almond shape, a very narrow head, and it never tried to strike at me. It kept trying to bury its head under its body. Rounded oval head. Do you want to do the live stream? Hey, you want to do the live stream? No, shush! Anyways, it wasn't trying to strike at me or anything. It was trying to get away. So I just picked it up and I threw it over the wall and let it go. Because, you know, if it's not poisonous, I'm not going to kill it. If it was a rattlesnake, I would have definitely killed it. Anyway, that's what happened. You said Thursday? I would like to hike right up to this peak right here. See, this is the Tucson Mountain. See this? That's where the radio station show is. See that? That's a really high peak. Actually, you can get to this peak from Gates Pass over here. This is Gates Pass right here where all the tourist people go. I've hiked up to here. I should hike up to here one time just to see it, because there's trails there. This is a pretty steep hike right here. This right here from the parking lot to the oh no, actually I've been up here because that's where the little rock house is. Yeah, that's the rock house. I've actually gone right up to here, so I should put that on the list of places to go, because there's a huge clearing up here. I've never been up there. That looks cool. That's a steep hike, and there's a trail that goes up to these. Look at these rocks here. Would you look at them rocks? I should do this for science. Right? There's clearly a trail going up there. But yeah, that looks cool. There's oh my goodness, I'm going to have to go up there now, because look, there's a huge rock pile right there, a circular rock structure right there. I'm going to have to go up there and check that out, put that on the list of hikes to do. And that is a steep mountain. Zoom out on that. See that? Here's the roadway down here. It says, Will F says, how you all doing this evening? Raining and thunderstorm in Vermont. I wish it was raining here. We were supposed to get rain this weekend, but it never happened. Never happened. We're all doing good. My wife's fine. My kids are good. I'm fine. The dog's good. Jerry Lee's good. The cat's good. The rabbit is sleeping over there on the floor. He's doing good. Spoiled little rabbit. We're all doing good. How are you doing there? Right, babe, we're all doing good, right? Come say hi to everybody really quick. Hey, people always asking about my wife. My wife retired from YouTube years ago. How many years ago, babe? What, 2017 you quit doing YouTube? When YouTube made those dumb changes. This is a nice place to go, Gates Pass, because right up here, this peak over here, there's another Crestedsaguaros, which is an easy hike. You just go up around here. Probably takes 10 minutes, and then right in this area right here, there's a Crestedsaguaros. So if you come to Tucson, you want to see an easy Crestedsaguaros. There's one. Well, actually, there's more easier ones. If you go this way towards Tucson, there's so many Crestedsaguaros. Camino de Oeste trailhead right here is another Crestedsaguaros. Well, actually, even before that, right here is a Crestedsaguaros. I call the whale tail. And then Camino de Oeste right there. There's a Crestedsaguaros. Hold on, I'll show you. Let's get a street view. All right. It's hidden right. It's right there behind the trees. Let's get a little over here, street view. Boy, that's really hidden. Right there it is. Right there's a Crestedsaguaros right there. That's a double crested. Doing okay up here. If I could, I would send you some rain. Well, we're supposed to get rain. We're in the monsoon season right now. So, I mean, that's what they said. How many percentage chances of rain they said this weekend we were supposed to get? And we didn't get anything? 20% chance? 30% chance tomorrow? I'm ready for it. I'm done with this heat, man. My favorite time of the year is fall weather. I am done. I've gotten sunburned so many times now. And my arms are so dark. My legs and my arms are extremely, I mean, really, really dark. And my ass glows like a freaking LED light bulb. It's so white. It's like, ugh, really got to tell everybody that? Doing okay up here. Yeah. What do you do in Vermont? What do you guys do in Vermont? You know, that's one state I've never been in. Crazy Vermont. Here's another hike I want to do. Let's go all the way over to Oro Valley. This is probably maybe an hour drive from my house. And this is the beautiful Santa Catalina Mountains right here. And this is the town of Oro Valley. Right here. And this is the Catalina State Park right here. This is where all the tourist people go. You go camping over there and stuff like that. You got to pay to get in. I don't know what the price is to get in now. Last time I was there, it cost $7 to get in per person. And right there it says Waterfall Sutherland Trail. Been there, done that many times. My son and I actually hiked that one time. Romero Pools, we did that one too. But that's not where I want to go hike. Where I want to go hike is where's the mountain at? This mountain right here called Push Peak. You start off right here, Linda Vista Trail, and you hike all here and you go around it and you go up to the tippy top up here. Oops, what did I do? You go up to the very tippy top up there. Linda Vista Loop. Now this loop just comes down here and then it goes up here and it goes through here and then you go all the way to the top there. It takes about an hour and a half to get to the top up there to the peak. And I've been up to here and then I had to turn around and come back. So that's on my list of places to go. It's actually, even though it's hot this time of year, you can still go hike this because you get in the area right here. It's nice and cool here, and then the mountains cast a shadow, so you don't get a lot of sunlight there until you get up in this area here. But that's an area I want to go hike up next. So I got that on the list to go hiking with my new hiking buddy from the UK. His name is Mick. He's been in, he had to go back to California. He moved from the UK to California. I don't know how many years he lived in California, and now he's moved to Arizona. He's in the process of moving. He's going back and forth, back and forth. And this is where I want to go, right there, where that little guy is. It's called Push Peak, Push Ridge, right there. So, awesome sauce. See all the trails here. You could probably camp up there. I don't know. Take a tent, go camping up there. Takes an hour and a half from parking to that where that little guy is right there. Bush Ridge is what it's called. And there's Crestedsaguaros on this hike too. If you go back down to the bottom, look at oh, you go down here. There's a Crestedsaguaro over this area over here by these big rocks. I know where all the Crestedsaguaros are. Is that right, son?
What?
I know where all the Crestedsaguaros are.
Yeah.
My son, I'm going to talk about your friend, son. My son was telling me today, he was laughing because I did a video the other day repairing my binoculars. And his friend is a, what'd you call your friend?
He's really into, like, I don't know, a lot of like binoculars, a lot of different lenses. He messes around with them. What you call it when you can see in the dark? It's like green.
Night vision?
Night vision. He does night vision and stuff. He messes around with like a lot of lenses, like a lot of like army, military stuff.
So anyways, he told me, he's like, my friend watched your video, you repairing your binoculars, because this lens right here, I don't know what happened, twisted and got knocked in. And I've never taken binoculars apart before, but I noticed that there was a little wedge in there, like this screws in. So I tried to twist it, and it came loose, and I unscrewed it. And then I realized that the lens can't come out that way because this is tapered, it's smaller than this, and there's a little lip here. There's like a ring in there, where you squeeze it and you can pop the ring out. And I don't have that tool to do it, so I couldn't do it. But I was able to put something back, like a screwdriver, on the other side and tap the lens back flush to here. And I made a video about it. And he said that your dad did it wrong. You know, you don't do it like that. You got to take this off, take the lens. And I was laughing when my son told me that, because I'm like, there's always something that triggers somebody on YouTube somewhere. You know, it doesn't matter how you're supposed to do it. I've never done it before, and I say it in my videos that what's the worst I could do? It's already broke, right? So my mindset was, I got to buy new binoculars anyways, but in the meantime, let me see if I can fix these binoculars, and if I can, then I don't have to buy binoculars. But if I can't, well, then I already got my mindset to buy new binoculars. And I ended up fixing it, and it actually more clear than it was before I fixed it. So that's what I do when I'm not hiking. It says hunting, fishing, hiking, cruising in the old Mustang convertible when it's not raining. It's been a wet summer so far, and I'm getting a little tired of it, honestly. Maybe we have gotten your rain. Oh, what year Mustang you got? What is that, 1965? I love old cars. I'd rather have an old car than a new car. Because these new cars, I tell you, they're just nothing but problems, man. Everything is sensors, everything is, you know, gets a little dusty or dirty and throws a check engine light. 1968, is that like a fastback or something? I had a friend who had a fastback Mustang. I don't remember what year it was. I think he said it was a 67. I had a 67 Chevelle Malibu, and I had a 64 Chevy Impala. I had a 1956 Ford F100, 61 split window VW bus, 67 Carmen Ghia. I had a 67 Buick Special. I've had a lot of old cars. My favorite old car I've ever owned, I had a 1974 240Z. I love that car. That was my favorite car. I actually lived in California when I had that car. Early 80s. I lived in that car for a year and a half. But the roommate I had lost his job. And the rent in California is so expensive that I couldn't afford to rent myself, so I was out on the street. I was homeless, and I lived in my car. Let me show you where I lived. Hold on. Venice Beach, California. I had a tent too. I lived in a tent on the beach. Every once in a while, when it's good weather, I would go out on the beach. I would live on the beach. Santa Monica Pier. Where's Venice Beach? Venice Beach right here. Boom. Okay, this is where I lived when I lived in California. This giant parking spot here. Let's get a street view there. It's gonna let me have a street view. No, come on now. Give me a street view. There we go. See this bathroom right here? I would park right here. Let me get a better view. I would park right here, this spot right here, and there's showers here. And that's the bathroom I would use, and I would take a shower over here on the left over here. And I did that for a year and a half in California, and then I met a guy who owned this building here, and I lived in that apartment right there for a year and a half right there. Oceanfront property, Venice Beach. That's where I'm from. I'm from California originally. But yeah, I lived in a 1974 Datsun 240Z for a year and a half right here in this parking spot. When we went to, my family, I went to California, I took them and I showed them this spot. And they're like, why are you showing us this spot? I'm like, this is where I used to live, in my car, right there. And then I got tired of the earthquakes, and then I packed up everything and I moved to Florida, Orlando, Florida. I wanted to get a job at Walt Disney World, but I had really long hair back then. It was like, went all the way down to almost my butt. That's how long my hair was. And I had a mustache and everything, and they said, well, you have to, I could have got the job, but I would have had to shave, and I would have had to cut my hair. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm not cutting my hair, and I'm not shaving. So I couldn't get a job at Disney World, and I ended up getting a job at Jiffy Lube. Oil changing, Jiffy Lube. So I can smell dinner. What are you, heating it up?
What?
My dinner? It's my wife. So that's a little history there. I'm originally from California. Moved to Florida. Lived in Florida for 25 years. And met my wife. Then went to Indonesia a little over 3 years. And then we came back to, we came to Arizona because my mother lived here. But that's it. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do. Hold on. Will F says, I had owned over the years a 1968 Dodge Coronet 440, 68 Roadrunner, 67 Pontiac Tempest Tempest Sprint Custom, a bunch of VWs, pre-69 one, 1974, and a 73 Javelina AMX. Yeah, I mean, I've owned a ton of cars, man. But some of those ones I mentioned are my favorites. Like, I've had 5 VWs, all 67 VWs. Had a Carmen Ghia, 67 Carmen Ghia. fastback, 69 fastback VW, 61 split window van, panel van. It was painted. I bought it off a hippie, and it was painted like waves crashing down. And I left it like that. I loved it, man. Every time I go somewhere, people ask me, "Hey, you want to sell that VW, man?" And one day, a guy offered me money I couldn't refuse. I only paid $500 for it, so I ended up selling it. But over the years, man, I don't keep cars very long. I change cars like shoes. I get bored and I sell them. But I've owned that and motorcycles. I've owned so many motorcycles. But if I had to drive something and I could pick any car I wanted, I would pick a 1932 Deuce Coupe. That's my favorite car. I told my son, if you ever get rich and famous, just buy me one of those cars. 32 Deuce Coupe. Right, son? I got a little Hot Wheels sitting on the wall over there. I told him exactly like this. It's sitting up on that shelf over there. It's black with flames on it. It's cool. I fell in love with that car when I was a kid. I watched a movie called American Graffiti, and the guy in the movie, he had a yellow one. And I really don't care for yellow, but you must have some rust-free cars down there. Nothing but rust buckets up here. Oh yeah, we got a lot of rust-free cars, but the problem is everybody thinks they're sitting on gold bars. Like, I've been wanting to get another VW, and if you try to find a VW here, just one in good shape with a motor and stuff in it, you're gonna spend $5,000-$6,000. I found one that had no windows, no interior, no front beam, no transaxle, no motor. I mean, it's just a shell. The guy wants $3,000 for it. I'm like, I'm not paying that kind of money, man. Ain't gonna happen. I want to have a Baja. I've never owned a Baja. I've had many VWs, but never owned a Baja. Yeah. When I lived in Florida, man, I could buy a VW Bug for $100, man. Easy. That's why I had so many of them, because they're so cheap. Like that split window VW panel bus I had, I paid $500 for it. It was running, driving, everything. I didn't do anything to it but put gas in it. I bought that off a hippie. It was sitting in his backyard for years. He was like down the street from where I lived, and I would drive by it every day, sitting behind his house. It had grass growing up all around it. And one day I was driving, I had my little car McGee, and I pulled into his yard. I'm like, what's the worst he could say is no, right? So I went up, and he was sitting on his front porch in a rocking chair. I pulled up in my car McGee, and he's like, wow, that's a nice car McGee you got there. And then I told him the story how I bought it for $150, and the motor was in the back seat, didn't have a windshield, you know, and I put it all together and got it back on the road, and he was impressed with that. And he's like, hey, you know, I got a 61 panel van sitting behind my house. You'd be interested in buying that? And I didn't even ask him if he was selling it. He brought it up. I'm like, yeah, let's go take a look at it. So we went behind his house and looked at it, and he's like, give me $500 and it's yours. And I was like, does it run or start? He goes, yeah, I come out once a month to crank it up, because you couldn't tell if it ran or not, because it had 3-foot grass all the way around, growing all the way around it, man. And he goes, yeah, he jumped in and he cranked it up and it started right up. And I was like, yeah, cool, man. Let me run to my house, man. And I got to run to the bank, and I'll get the money and I'll come back. And probably with that 45 minutes, I'd gone to the bank, got the money, and then bought it, and then drove it to my house, and then rode my bike back and got my car McGee and drove that back to the house. So I love that little bus. If you follow me on the Instagram, I got a picture of it on my Instagram somewhere. Will F says, they are expensive everywhere. I bought a lot of bugs for under $400. Not anymore. They are bringing money for rust buckets. Now, crazy. Oh, my wife's giving me dinner right now. What is this you made me, babe? Jambalaya. Oops. That's what I'm having for dinner tonight. Jambalaya. And salad. Yeah. Oh yeah. All kinds of good stuff in here to eat. Jambalaya. That's my dinner for tonight. What time is it? It's like 4:30. Alright. Anybody else got any questions or anything they want to ask me or talk about? Because I told my wife I wasn't going to do a very long live stream today. Nobody? Just thumbs up. I swear to God, man. Everybody asks me when I'm going to do a live stream, and then I do it. Nobody really wants to show up. I don't know if I'll do one next week. But, yeah, I think I'm going to end this one. So thanks to everybody who showed up, because I'm going to eat my dinner. I am starving, man. I'm going to eat dinner. Wolf this jambalaya down. She's got some cheesecake in there for me to eat also. Signing up. Enjoy your dinner. All right, Will F. Thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for talking to me. But, yeah. Follow me on Instagram. Iseekoutthetruth. Arizona is my Instagram. Hold on. If you want to know, what I'm doing, I do a lot of live streams on my Instagram. And this right here is a freaking praying minutes I saw this morning when I went out there to work on my son's car. Usually on the weekends I'll do like a quick live streaming, like what I'm going to do for that day, where I'm going to hike. So follow me on Instagram. Iseekoutthetruth Arizona. That's my Instagram. I post pictures there every single day and short video clips. Follow me on my other YouTube channel right there, Iseekoutthetruth. That's where I post up random videos of, like fixing my binoculars or something about my wife's car or my son's car. Just very quick videos, anywhere from a minute to maybe 10 minutes long, or a bunch of shorts. Or follow me in my regular channel, Iseekoutthetruth. I post weekly, every Wednesday. So yeah, I'm getting ready to eat right now. So thanks to everybody for showing up. This is the hike I did this weekend. That's it. Goodbye, everybody.